How you doing, guys? It's Aidan here from Dooley Motors in Carlow. Today we're going to show you around the Fiat 500E. It's the first electric Fiat 500 from Fiat Ireland. The Fiat 500E comes in a range of electric motors. It has a 24 kilowatt battery and a 42 kilowatt battery. The 42 kilowatt battery will get you up to 320 kilometers of range. So I've had this car for a few weeks now. I've had it home and back, and I do probably an 80 kilometer round trip to home. It's country driving, really stable on the road. I found it really good in range. The power of the car is immense. The electric power, the instant torque. So if you're caught behind a tractor or whatever on the country roads, you put the boot down and the safely go, and it gets you out by them, and it's really, really good. Where this excels is in the cities, in the towns, when you have your full-on regenerative braking. So you have your one pedal driving. So you literally lift off and the car slows itself right down to a stop. It's really, really good, which also in turn cuts down on your servicing costs because you're not using your brakes as much, so you're not wearing out your pads as much. With the interior, you have this beautiful touchscreen radio with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's also wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so no need for your cables to plug in. You have your full digital dashboard showing you your range, how you're driving, your different drive modes. Inside in the car, we have a button-controlled gearbox, if you want to call it. So there's no gear sticks, which gives you plenty of room and storage where it should be. You have the little buttons across the dash where your reverse and your park and your drive and your neutral, and all your climate control buttons. They are actually buttons. They're not just on the screen, but like a lot of cars are today. So they are buttons on the dashboard, which I love. And you have your steering wheel controls and your cruise control and all that's all on your steering wheel. Really easy to use, really intuitive. So when it comes to charging, you have the two options, which a lot of electric cars have now. You have the option of your normal charge point at home, which would be 7 kilowatts, maybe 11 kilowatts in the larger places with three-phase power. But then you also have your fast charging, so you can plug in to your bigger petrol station charging, and it will fast charge up to 80% very, very quickly. When it comes to maintenance on the Fiat 500E, it's absolutely brilliant. Because it's an electric vehicle, there isn't a whole lot of moving components to service as such as you would have done on your combustion engine vehicles. So you're really only getting safety checks and bits and pieces every year on the car. And when it comes to braking, as I said earlier on, you have your full-on regenerative braking. So you're cutting down on the wear of your brake pads, which is great. So less costs. Then into likes of road tax, again, being an electric vehicle, it's zero emissions. So the zero emission road tax in Ireland at the minute is €120. So for €120, you can have this car tax for the whole year.